never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It's hard to believe that 1 week from today will be August. And today here on the channel, I want to talk some college football. One day last week in one of my videos, I talked about Pro Football Focus releasing their preseason all Big Ten team for offense and defense. Of course, they release it for first team and second team, but I only talk about first team. And I said I was going to try my best to do one for each conference before the season starts. So today, I want to go ahead and do conference number 2, and that is the ACC. And since we used Pro Football Focus for the Big Ten, we'll use it again for the ACC. As always, any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. And I hope all of you yesterday celebrated the birthday of the greatest baseball player of all time, Barry Bonds. He turned 59 years old yesterday, but on to today's video. We'll start with first team on the offensive side of the ball. The quarterback is Drake May, of course, from North Carolina. 2 running backs, that is Will Shipley of Clemson and Trey Benson of Florida State. As far as the wide receivers go, we have 3. That is Tez Walker of North Carolina, Oronde Gadsden of Syracuse, and Johnny Wilson of Florida State. Our tight end is Bryson Nesbitt of North Carolina. And then on the offensive line, our 2 tackles are Dukes Graham Burton and Zion Nelson from Miami. Our 2 guards are Christian Mahogany of Boston College and Javion Cohen of Miami. And our center is Matt Lee of Miami. So 3 of the 5 all ACC preseason team on the first team ACC are Miami Hurricanes. We have the tackle Zion Nelson, guard Javion Cohen, and center Matt Lee. And the reason why I bring that up is because if Miami struggles this year on the offensive side of the ball, they'll blame it on, oh, our offensive line sucks. Now, our all-ACC preseason team on the defensive side of the ball. On the defensive line, we have Leonard Taylor from Miami and Dwayne Carter from Duke. And speaking of Leonard, I might be showing my age a little bit here, but I miss Leonard's Losers. Anybody else out there recall Leonard's Losers? I think Leonard has passed away now. I'm pretty sure he has. But when I was in elementary school and middle school and maybe even early high school days, he did a preseason pregame show on the radio. Then he would do it all the way into the season. But since most pregame shows always pick winners, and his name was Leonard, he would do losers. He would predict every big-time game, and then he would say, Leonard's losers, whoever. I miss that show. But unlike most pregame shows, it wasn't on for 2 or 3 hours. It was on for maybe 25 minutes. Our edges, we have Jared Verse of Florida State and Akeem Massador from Miami. Linebackers, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. of Clemson and Cedric Gray of North Carolina. Our cornerbacks are Fentrell Cypress II of Florida State and Nate Wiggins of Clemson. Our safeties are Cameron Kinchins from Miami and James Williams from Miami. And our flex is Duke's Brandon Johnson. And then on special teams, our kicker is Andres Borregales, who's been in Miami since about 1985. And then we have Daniel Sparks of Virginia as the punter. And you're going to see a lot of him this year because Virginia is going to be hard to watch. You'll probably get more excitement out of going outside and watching grass grow and watching paint dry or watching ants try to pick up something and move it than watch Virginia on offense. So luckily for them, they have the conference's best punter in Daniel Sparks because you're going to be seeing a lot of him. And then our return specialist is Jalen Stinson of Duke. Now, if you look at that, if you follow along, you see that Miami has Zion Nelson, Javion Cohen, and Matt Lee on the offensive side of the ball. All three of those guys are offensive linemen. And then on defense, they have an edge, Akeem Massador, and then they have both safeties, Cameron Kinchins and James Williams. And they also have the best kicker in the conference in Andres Borregales. So that's 7 players from Miami, counting offense, defense, and special teams, that made the All-ACC preseason conference team for being the best player at their respective position. And the reason why I bring that up is because if Miami struggles again this year, they're going to say, well, we just don't have the talent. That last coach, he left the cupboard dry. And you can look at this list and tell that's not true. If they struggle this year, it's not because they don't have talent. So they're going to have to find a new excuse because that one is not going to work. Any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. How can you tell if a tree is a dogwood tree? By its bark. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.